They treated us the same way you treat a pet at a pet store. Didn't they? And we didn't took on the same personality of a pet in a pet store. You go to the pet store, how much is that doggy in the window? The one with the shake? Come on, y'all remember this looks. And you pick the dog from the pet store the same way they picked us on the auction block. When the dog comes home, you got to train the dog. First thing you do, you got to give him a name you want him to wear. What happened to black people? You got to break them in, so you got to chain them up in the beginning. What happened to black people? Is that right? You got to train the dog to be loyal to you above everything else, including its own nature. What happened to the black man and woman? Anytime the dog does what you want it to do, you reward it with food and water. Anytime it does not do what you want it to do, you beat that dog or deny it food and water. What happened to the black man and woman of America? And after a certain amount of months of changing that dog's name, rewarding him when he does your will, chaining him up, at a certain point you can let the chain go. And the dog ain't going nowhere. In fact, even when you ain't awake or alert, if somebody comes sneak up on the property, the dog loves the master so much that he will bark at any intruder, attack any intruder, even if the intruder is coming to free the dog from the grip of the master. That's the way black people have become. Anytime we go out in the world propagating what the minister has told us to tell our people to free the world, white people do not object. It's always a volunteer, self-appointed, pro bono, no 401k, no dental insurance, temporary service Negro that jumps up to be a defender of their slave master. Just like the dog at the pet store. Long-term captivity builds a strong attachment. So in the circus, when they get hold of that baby lion and train that baby lion to stand on its two legs and walk a tightrope and jump through a ring of fire and let the little white man stick his head in the mouth and everybody oohs and ahs and takes it out and he shows the world that I'm the master. You take that trained lion and drop him back into the jungle of Africa and he don't know how to go for self no more. When they take that trained seal and teach the seal how to stand on his back flippers and clap and balance a ball on his nose and dive into the water, what do? Every time the seal does what it wants them to do, every time the killer whale or the dolphin does what master wants it to do, here's a little piece of fish. It never dawned on the lion or the seal or the killer whale or the dolphin that, wait a minute, I know how to fish for myself. I know how to hunt for myself. Why haven't the lion or the seal or the killer whale or the dolphin come to the conclusion, wait a minute, this is the same enemy that took me from my mother and my father. This is the same enemy that punished me for trying to do what nature told me to do. Maybe I should revolt. That's what we need.